The gas station had become my second home over the years, its fluorescent lights and rows of snacks becoming familiar fixtures in my daily routine. It was a steady job, and as I shifted to working the late-night shift, I had no idea the horrors that awaited me. It started with a regular customer, a man whose visits began innocently enough. He would stumble in, his presence always accompanied by the faint scent of alcohol. His unkempt appearance and bloodshot eyes gave him an unsettling air, but I chalked it up to late-night weariness. At first he said very little, opting instead to wander aimlessly through the aisles, his gaze fixed on nothing in particular. He would occasionally select a beer from the fridge, its metallic clink echoing in the empty store. That's when the creepiness began to settle in. He would stand near the entrance, beer can in hand, simply watching me. His silence was unnerving, as if he were studying my every move. The atmosphere would thicken with tension, and even the low hum of the refrigerator seemed to hold its breath in anticipation. Weeks turned into months, and his visits grew longer and more frequent. His presence became a constant reminder of the eerie undercurrent that lurked within the late-night silence. The tension in the store became palpable as I waited for the next bizarre encounter. One night, as the clock neared midnight, he entered with an odd smile etched across his face. His eyes, filled with an unsettling mix of mischief and malice, bored into my soul. He approached the counter and muttered, "You look scared tonight." His voice sent a chill down my spine, and I struggled to find my composure. "I'm fine," I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. His laughter echoed through the empty store, a cacophony of madness that reverberated in my ears. "Oh, but you shouldn't be," he whispered, his words oozing with a sinister edge. As the nights went on, his questions became more intrusive, delving into personal details that he had no business knowing. He would ask about my family, my fears, and even my darkest secrets. Each question pierced through my defenses, exposing vulnerabilities I had long kept hidden. But it was the night of the raging storm that pushed our encounters to their horrifying climax. As rain battered the windows and thunder roared, he stepped into the store, water dripping from his disheveled hair. The power flickered, casting eerie shadows across the aisles. His gaze was different that night, filled with a mix of madness and desperation. "I've done something terrible," he hissed, his voice barely audible above the storm's fury. My heart raced, an instinct told me that danger was imminent. Fear turned into action as I retreated behind the counter, desperately searching for something to defend myself. The storm outside mirrored the turmoil within me, the tension thickening with every passing second. He lunged toward me, his movements frenzied and unpredictable. Panic and adrenaline coursed through my veins as I fought back, our struggle echoing in the confined space. Thunder and lightning danced outside, casting eerie flashes of light upon the chaotic scene. In a final surge of strength, I managed to push him back, creating a brief moment of respite. My trembling hands reached for the phone, fingers fumbling with the buttons as I dialed the emergency line. The operator's voice was a lifeline, a beacon of hope amid the darkness. The authorities arrived swiftly, their arrival marking the end of the nightmare that had plagued me for far too long. Handcuffs clamped around his wrists, his eyes filled with equal parts defiance and defeat. Days later, as I tried to piece together the events that had unfolded, I couldn't shake the lingering sense of unease. The knowledge that the man I had encountered harbored such darkness within him weighed heavily on my conscience. I delved into local news reports, searching for any information that could shed light on his true identity. It was then that I stumbled upon a chilling revelation. The man I had come to fear and loathe had been living a double life, concealing his true identity from the world. Buried within the pages of crime reports was a story of a gruesome murder, a tragedy that had shaken the community to its core. The man, whose real name was Damian Mathis, had brutally murdered his wife and children in a fit of rage, their lives cut short in the very home they had once sought solace. The details were horrifying, and my heart sank as I realized the proximity of his crime to the gas station I called my workplace. The pieces began to fall into place. His odd behavior, the unspoken malice that hung in the air during our encounters, it all made sense now. I had unwittingly come face to face with a man capable of unspeakable atrocities, and his twisted game of one-word questions and eerie laughter had been a prelude to his descent into madness. The weight of what could have transpired that stormy night weighed heavily on my conscience. If not for my desperate struggle and the timely arrival of the police, My fate could have mirrored that of Damien's family. The realization sent shivers down my spine, and I vowed to never underestimate the darkness that can lurk within the seemingly ordinary. The gas station, once a sanctuary of familiarity, became a haunting reminder of the horrors I had witnessed. The late-night shifts became unbearable, each shadow and creak serving as a cruel reminder of Damien's presence. I sought solace in the support of loved ones and counseling, desperately trying to reclaim a sense of normalcy. But the scars ran deep, etched into the fabric of my being. The trauma lingered, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the depths of human depravity. It served as a grim reminder that even in the mundane routines of our everyday existence, true terror can lurk just beneath the surface, waiting to strike when we least expect it. As time passed, the wounds began to heal, though the memories would forever remain imprinted upon my soul. The gas station, once a place of familiarity and routine, became a symbol of resilience, a testament to the strength it takes to confront and survive the unimaginable. And so, as life moved forward, I carried with me the knowledge that evil can walk among us, hiding in plain sight. It is a reminder that we must remain vigilant, for the darkness can manifest in the most unexpected forms, leaving a trail of shattered lives and haunting memories in its wake.